The government of the Bahamas has officially approved the first step of Disney buying a brand new piece of the island called Lighthouse Point, which will serve as a new destination for the Disney Cruise Line. Disney currently has one private destination in the Bahamas, Castaway Cay. It is an amazing paradise, and I know it's going to be used more in the future. You can find more all about Castaway Cay on my channel, but Disney needs another private paradise for the expanding Disney Cruise Line fleet, and Lighthouse Point looks like that spot. Now you can rest assured that Disney's been working with that private seller, we have no idea who it is, and the Bahamian government for a little while now, and they even did a poll of the Bahamian people not too long ago, and 60% of all Bahamians who were polled said that they very much or somewhat support Disney's decision to buy Lighthouse Point, so it looks like it is on its way. Two of the biggest reasons why the Bahamian government is in support of Disney buying Lighthouse Point is actually mentioned in their press release, which I will link in the description below. The two biggest ones: economic impact in a positive way for the Bahamian people, and the fact that Disney has a proven record of environmental stewardship. So what's the next step in Disney acquiring a new piece of paradise for us on the Disney Cruise Line? Well, they're going to enter negotiations with the heads of agreement, which will outline the size and scope of the project, as well as obligations for the Disney Cruise Line. The development of Lighthouse Point will create approximately 150 new jobs and an array of entrepreneurial opportunities for the residents of the Bahamas. We'll touch back on that in a moment. It is all so exciting. We could keep talking about this and what we're looking forward to most, but I wanted to go over a proposed map with you, showing an outline of what Disney is planning. But before I show you the map, I want you to know that this is a proposal. This is not set in stone. This is not permanent. This is just an idea that Disney and others have come up with. So I want you to take a look at it with a grain of salt. We'll see the final product from Disney in the future. Let's take a look at that map together, and the first thing I notice, it just jumps off the page for me, is the fact that the Disney Cruise Line ship is not docked to the land. It has a separate pier in the middle of the water. The reason that it's being proposed this way is to have as little environmental impact as possible, and I think that's really smart. Instead of digging out an entire area of land right next to the beach so the cruise ship can moor up right next to the land, they can just create this platform in the middle of the water. It doesn't really impact the environment at all, and then they create a bridge to the land. Genius. Now, taking another look at this pier, you can see to get to the land, it's actually a relatively long journey on that, I'm going to say, bridge. We don't know what it is or what's being proposed, but it's some kind of bridge. If I had to guess, and this is only a guess, they would use some kind of tram like they do at Castaway Cay to take you from the ship to the land. Once there, it gets really exciting, and if we look at the quay, we can see that the first area is a guest recreation area. Now, I don't think it will be circular in nature, but Disney's just kind of circling it to show the Bahamian government what they're thinking. And then next to that, you can see a private guest beach area, and then next to that, another guest recreation area. There's also a marina right in that area. You can see with the yellow and the stripes through it, that is the marina area, and all around you can see these thick yellow lines, kind of with the dashes in it, and if you look at the legend, you can see that's primary circulation. I have a feeling this means like a large road or a large area that you could walk down a path. Not a small path, but a path maybe for a car or perhaps a tram. Now, I do believe that the Disney Cruise Line will have some kind of tram in this area, probably more than one, just because it's such a large place. So think like Castaway Cay, very similar to that. However, I don't believe that these primary circulation lines indicate the route of that tram. I think that just kind of shows other routes that they could take. You can see one even goes north, and we're getting into the cast member area, that grayed out area for cast members, maybe who are staying in the area while ships are coming through, like Castaway Cay. Several cast members stay on the island, and the same thing would apply here. You can even see they have their own private beach right there and a small walking path to the beach. You can see that little yellow thin line, that indicates a walking path. Now, if we scroll back down here, you can see those thin yellow lines indicating the pedestrian traffic. And again, I do believe that that is the family beach right there near the marina. I think that that's where it's going to be just because it's so close to the ship. You can see those pedestrian walking points go all the way around and cover over kind of an area of water. And it's really interesting. You wonder maybe there's a separate 5K that they're planning, but I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a lot of dead ends, especially in this area right here, this little dots right there. I have no idea what's indicated with that, but you can see it's a pedestrian trail. Maybe it'll be some kind of excursion. I have have no idea, but it's something to think about. As we follow the pedestrian trail here, you can see it actually crosses over a small body of water, and I took a look at the satellite, and it looks like there is no bridge right there right now, at least from this most recent satellite image, so I would imagine that Disney would build a small bridge, definitely a very large project. You can see those thin lines go all the way around, and they make their way, again, these are pedestrian walking paths, to another private beach area. They're actually connected to this other private beach area. Now that could be the adult beach, it could, absolutely, but considering the fact that there is another guest beach area right to the north of it, I don't know, maybe that northern area is for adults only, and the other area is something else. Maybe, and this is just a wild and crazy idea, maybe this is a new themed area. Perhaps it has to do with that pirate theme that we were mentioning in an earlier video. There is very little doubt in my mind that Disney is going to take the theming of this new cruise line destination to the next level, and if I had to guess, just out of my imagination, they're gonna choose pirates. It would make so much sense. Disney already has a lot of pirate things all around the Disney Cruise Line ship. They have the Pirates in the Caribbean deck party, the pirate fireworks, and if they brought that Flying Dutchman ship that used to be a Castaway Cay to this new destination, it would complete the experience and add to the theme in a whole new way. And that brings me to an idea of what these small walking trails might be for, because if we look at them, there are just so many of them all around this proposed idea. Perhaps those little points at the end of the trails, which just look like dead ends to us, are actually some kind of game or achievement or scavenger hunt around the island. Just a crazy idea from me, but I was just thinking of it. If they had a pirate theme, wouldn't you want to do a trail all the way around and you make your way to the pirate beach and get, see the Flying Dutchman or get on board a pirate ship or have something extra special right there for the guests? I'm just imagining so much with this. I can envision an entirely new adventure. Now, if we take a look at the guest recreation areas on the east side of Lighthouse Point here, you can see white circles with the green on the inside. Perhaps that's maybe a new adult-only barbecue, a new pirate adventure, maybe with that top one there, no idea. Some new excursions, no idea. But if you zoom out here and take a look more at the outline, you can see the yellow line has the primary circulation again, and you can see it goes all the way around. It goes down to the southern tip of this peninsula and then goes back up. Perhaps that's going to be a very similar style to Castaway Cay with separate transportation via the tram from the boat, maybe to the family beach, and then making its way to the adult-only beach, and perhaps a pirate beach over there as well. Again, just my crazy ideas. Now you can see at the top of this map the public conservation land donation by Disney, and actually a significant amount of the beach is being donated to the Bahamian people so that they can enjoy it along with us. Now, one thought that I had immediately, will Disney change the name of Lighthouse Point to something else? I think they might, simply because Castaway Cay used to be named Gorda Cay and then Disney changed it. I have a feeling like I might know what Disney has up their sleeves. Drum roll, please. My prediction for what Lighthouse Point might be called once Disney opens it to the Disney Cruise Line guests: Pirate Point. It just makes so much sense to me. We have been hearing a ton of rumors about Disney creating this new cruise destination that's going to be heavily themed, and pirates makes the most sense, at least in my imagination. Pirate Point. Disney, think about it. Now, obviously, it's extremely early to be thinking about dates for the Disney Cruise Line to come and visit this new destination, simply because the agreement hasn't been finalized. They haven't bought the land yet. There is so much still to do. However, one Eleuthera has come up with a date which I find rather intriguing. They consider as just a possible year 2023. 2023, huh? Well, you may recall that the final new cruise ship coming from the Disney Cruise Line is released in 2023. Coincidence? I think not. Keep in mind, all of this is extremely early information. The agreement is still going through. Disney still has to purchase the land, but I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of Disney having a new Disney Cruise Line destination? Do you think it's going to be themed with pirates? What do you think of that map analysis? And do you think, my dad had this idea, do you think that Disney could have a double dip in a new way? Maybe one stops at Castaway Cay and one stops at the new, my version, Pirate Point. That's what I'm calling Lighthouse Point for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I am so excited for this, I can hardly stand it. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.